If you're going to space for the first time, so as you can see here, I am in the orbit station. So the first thing you're gonna land, somewhere. Of course. The other thing that I suggest you to do if you have animals is to close the doors. Every entrance you want to close them so that you don't want anybody to leave by accident. So me, I close every possible door that I have for now. And you gotta make sure that, let's say you have animals over here, that they don't go out of here, so they have to stay here. Another thing also for animals, if you come over here, as you can see, I have some animals that are not in a pen, right? So these guys over here, you need to do a new area, and you're gonna call it, I don't know, in ship. That's why you need to create a zone so that they can be with the other animals. But so here I call it in ship, but you can call it whatever you want. I'm gonna call it animal in barn. There we go. So basically what it means in barn is that, well, it's inside the barn over here. So if I go back over here, barn, so it's only here. They cannot go anywhere else. And also make sure that you feed them. As you can see here, I give them kibbles, so they get a lot of kibbles. I have 173 kibbles. So if you're out of kibbles, be careful. You want to give them something to eat, like a simple meal or maybe pemmican, you know what I mean? But you have to make sure that they're allowed to eat for the time that you are being in space, okay? And they don't need to go anywhere else. Now the other place over here, which is elephant. So here I call it elephant, and these people are like, so these animals are like, I call him Dumbo, of course. So this is the mastodon, which is like an elephant. Vanessa, this is a saber cat, right? So I got saber cats. I have one Arctic wolf. This one is in the pen, doesn't matter. Well, who else do I have? Scimitar cat. So all these cat, I put them in this spot over here and this spot over here. And the reason why is because I don't want them to sleep with the small animals, right? So I want them to have their own spot. They have their own kibbles over here. Make sure they have food 24/7. You don't have to call it elephant. You can call it big animals or whatever name you want. But as you can see, it's only in this area over here. Let me see. They don't need to come here. There we go. They don't need, so they can go here only, and that's it. Let me double check to be sure. Yeah, everything is fine. So that's the first thing you want to do, is to want to make sure that you close all the area and that they don't come over here. Now you're gonna say, how do I get out of there to do the mission? Well, there's a door I have over here, so you gotta make sure that when you land, that you make sure that you have a door that allows you to go to where you need to go, right? So when I'm ready, I'm gonna unlock this, so I will allow my pawn to leave, right? And when they leave, I'm gonna lock it back again, just in case. Although I know that I don't think my animal is gonna, run away, but it can happen. You never know what can happen. So anyway, so right now it's locked because I'm not ready to go. The other thing that you need to consider is the gear. You gotta make sure you have the armor, vac suit, and the vac suit helmet. This is super important. Without that, you cannot go in space, and the reason is because they have vacuum resistance, toxic environment resistance, also the cold. The most important is the cold. So 6.6 over here, that's for the helmet, right? Okay, and what about the suit? Let me double check the suit. The suit, 108 degree, there you go. So if you have the vac suit, you will be able to survive the temperature in space, because if you look over here, if you look at the bottom right, it says minus 75 degrees. So if you get out of there without the vac suit, you're gonna die technically. So I highly recommend that you research it. If you go to research over here, it's this one, orbital tech. So you want to research this via microelectronics, and then you're going to come over here, then you can get vac suit and vac suit helmet, and also vac barrier and oxygen pump and everything else. You need to go in space technically. Yeah, and the other thing also, let me double check, is the vacuum pump. So this guy over here, oxygen pump, sorry. So oxygen pump is important if you want your animals and your pawns to survive in every room. So me, I put one in every room except this one because nobody goes there. Well, actually, you know what? I should have put one over there. So I'm gonna, one second. I'm gonna make another one over here. Sometimes they come over here for the image of family to relax, so I need to have that. But I mean, if they have a vac suit, it's fine. Oh yeah, so if they have a vac suit, like this guy over here, the oxygen pump, it doesn't matter. The oxygen pump only matters if they don't have a suit. So like, see these guys over here, if they don't have oxygen pump, they would die right away, but they're not dying because I have that. So you gotta make sure you put that pretty much in every room. Here I have one somewhere, I have one over here. I have one in this room, I have one in this room, oxygen pump, current power usage low. Oh, okay, so it's low. Well, that's good. So if it says high, I guess you need more. So if it says low, it's a good thing. Low, okay, that's fine. So yeah, because the thing is, if you have a big room and if you don't have enough of oxygen pump, it's gonna say high, and if it's high, it's gonna consume more power. So that's one thing to consider. Same thing with your animals over here. I have one somewhere. Let me double check. I think it's here. the yak is hiding it. There we go. So here it says low, which is good. So they are confined over here. They cannot leave. They should not leave, because if they leave, they're gonna mess up your ship. I mean, unless you don't mind, and you will have to clean everything. But I have a mech robot who's cleaning everything for me. So see this cleaner over here? He's cleaning everything for me. And also here I have my sun lamp for my hydroponics, so I get food 24/7. And as for my animals, well, I use my chicken. My hens over here will give me eggs. The eggs, I use them to do fine meals and whatever. I have my auto slaughter over here, so here I can go up to 10. Here I can go up to 4, 4, 4. I don't want to go more than 4, because if you allow more than 4, you will have to sustain them more with kibbles. So I see I have 51 kibbles, I have 173. So if you have too many animals, they're going to eat too fast and you'll be out of kibbles. So now you're going to have to give them pemmicans, or then you're going to have to give them fine meals. So it's going to be unbalanced and you're going to be in deep trouble when you're out of food for your pawns, right? As you can see, I have power generators. So as you can see, I have grid access 245. Ooh. That's not good. I need to have another one over here. So this is good that I have an extra one, because 245 is like the limit. If I pass this, it's gonna be GG pretty much. So wait, I'm gonna see if someone's gonna bring some fuel over here. Yeah, you gotta make sure you have enough power fuel generator, otherwise you can be GG'd pretty fast. 1,000. There you go. There you go. So I think, because the thing is, because since I'm in space, the vacuum, I guess there's the vacuum thingy, oxygen pump that comes into play. There's also the vac door. Where's the vac door? This guy over here, vac barriers that could come into play. You know what I mean? So all that matters per se, and you also have the electric heaters. So right now I'm just gonna double check everything is fine. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to reduce something or add another generator. So everything is fine for now. So always double check that. Check the temperature. Here it says 18 degrees. If you look at the bottom right, it says 17 degrees. There you go. So the door is open. Now it's 9 degrees, 10 degrees. So it's around 10 degrees, which is fine. 10 degrees is fine, guy. For animals, it's fine. All right. So this is pretty good, and they come forward, you know, back and forth, so which is fine. Over here it's 15 degrees because I have a fire camp coming over here. Oh yeah, I forgot. I could put a fire camp, actually. I forgot about that. So here, I'm going to put a fire camp for the animals. There you go. And here, how much is it? 18 degrees over here. It's fine, but how much is it? I could put another fire camp just in case. I'm going to put another one just in case. I know it's kind of crazy what I'm doing, guys, but it's temporary. It's only for the time being that I'm here in space, and after that I'm going to remove all this because I don't want nobody to die. That's why I'm kind of going overboard. So as you can see, the fire camp is being done right here by one of my constructor, and here I'm going to put toxic waste. It doesn't have to be here, by the way, but anywhere where it's cold. And the reason why I put here is because I have if you look to the right, it says -24, and the reason why it says -24 is because I have 2 AC, and actually I don't even need 2 AC right now. Actually, I don't even need any AC, so I'm just gonna turn it off. Let me double check. -25, maybe I need 1. I'm just gonna make sure. Wait, I'm gonna turn them both off just to be sure. I won't double check. Anyway, so here I'm gonna put waste toxic pack. Clear all first of all, and then toxic waste pack. So that, see, now he's bringing it. Yeah, so you have to do that, otherwise your mech, if you have mechs, of course, they will not be able to recharge. Super important. But the issue is, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough space for the time being, so I can also put them over here technically. All right, now I have no more AC, so let me double check. It says -15, -14. Okay, so I'm gonna leave one open just in case, because I'm kind of afraid that you know, I'm gonna put at -9 degrees. There we go. So how much is it costing me? 200. All right, let me double check. I need somebody to come in. There we go. Over here it's like -23, so I could even put them over here temporarily, or even over here, which is 0 degree for some reason. This one is okay. Oh, this is 29 degrees. That's way too hot, so I'm gonna destroy that. I thought, yeah, no, yeah, 29 is too hot. What about here? This is 21, so this is 21, this area, which is heating also the sides, which is fine. What about over here? 19, okay, that's fine. So here is -11, that's fine. The other thing also, I forgot to mention animals. If you have your animals to follow you over here, don't don't put anything, because when you draft someone, your animals will follow you and they will die in space. So make sure you don't have draft over here. This has to be unchecked. What about this one here? Yeah, no, these guys are not moving anyway. Okay, so everything else like that is fine. There we go. And one last thing over here, if you have people who don't have vacsuit, like these guys over here, right? So you want to make sure that so you want to make sure they are in ship. So you want to create a zone where they're going to be inside the ship 24/7, because if you don't, they will go outside. Let's say if you want to construct like traps, and if they have construction over here, they're going to go outside without the vacsuit and they're going to die in order to try to, build, in order to construct. But also the other option is to remove construction or remove like whatever, or hauling. But the thing is this, what I find, what is faster is to go to schedule, manage area, create a new area, call it in ship or whatever you want, make sure that it is inside the ship, and then assign them to inside the ship so they don't get out of the ship. So that's also one thing to consider, because they don't have any vac suit. So I hope that this helped you. If it does, please like and sub. Thanks for watching. Cheers.